Hello, friends. Welcome back to another edition of Double Crossed. We are now up to episode 3. I am your host, Dan, at 2 inches short from the internet. And as you all know, this is my esteemed colleague, Dave, at Golf and Jokes, also from the internet. If you don't follow us on social media, you probably should. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. We are available on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Please subscribe. Please do all that you do to help us out. We just also wanted to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and left us positive comments and reviews. We really appreciate all your feedback and all your support. As a reminder, if you'd like to support us, please do. It takes less than 10 seconds. We really would appreciate it. It goes a long way. This episode, we are going to recap the RBC Heritage. We're going to break down a golf course fight that surfaced on the internet. And we also are going to talk a little bit of Tiger doing yard work. We're going to preview the Zurich Classic, which is a team event, if you did not realize that. Give you our locks of the week. We're going to also go meme. We're also going to go this or that. It's going to be pretty special. Now, I'd like to bring my buddy Dave in. Dave, talk to me, buddy. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, it's been a few shitty days for me and all the golfers in Ontario. I'll tell you that. I was planning on playing my first round of the season this Saturday. I had it booked, ready to go, super excited. And then on Friday, I think it was Friday, the fucking clowns in charge of Ontario decided to enforce more restrictions and close all golf courses.
Oh no.
But it was a fucking joke. Pretty much everyone on social media was, calling them clowns, inept, don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And no golf courses open for the next month. Because obviously golf contributes to the COVID numbers, right? It has to, right? So it's going to be another month, no golf, stuck at home. Basically from day one, they've been inept in handling the whole situation. So super frustrating. I'm sure everyone in Ontario can relate.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Again, if you didn't know, Dave is located north of the border in Canada.
Yep.
Actually, I saw someone protesting outside some Capitol building.
I saw that.
Was that you?
I saw that. I should have joined.
Should have joined him. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Dave. I do want to let you know
it's times like this where I wish I lived in Texas or Florida or one of those states. But
well, I'm sure we'd be happy.
Well, the funny thing is, they also closed playgrounds, and then there's so much backlash on closing playgrounds and golf courses. The very next day, they reopened playgrounds, but still no golf courses.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Unbelievable. Well, you said for the next month?
Yeah, until May 19th or something as of now, which who knows? So by then they'd be like, oh no, we're extending it again.
So no golf courses is there any driving ranges open or
no
anything like that? Nothing.
So courses were open for maybe 2 weeks, I guess, 2-3 weeks at most, and then closed. Well, and to be honest, not even every course was even open. Like some hadn't even opened yet. There's a private course right down the road from me. They haven't opened yet. So man, it's a tough situation, Dave. Everybody who's listening, I'm sure, feels for you. Anyone in Canada. I posted the story on my Instagram, and I got maybe 30 messages, all agreeing and calling calling them all clowns and idiots. And
Yeah, man. Well, I hope that gets resolved soon because, as you know, things are very, a little bit different here in the United States. A different way of handling things. But Dave, we wish you all the best. We wish all of our Canadian friends all the best during this trying time. Get those swings in somehow. Do a little mental.
Yeah, in your backyard
maybe
is the only place we're going to get them in now.
Well, we'll get into backyards, which we were talking about earlier. So Dave, our thoughts are with Canada and you and everyone in this pandemic. Hopefully we get through it. This is ridiculous. But let's talk about a little golf because this is a golf podcast. And let's get into the RBC Heritage. We had Stewart Cink at the ripe age of 47 years old.
Yeah,
when it put up his second win of the season.
Which other win did he win this season?
He won the Safeway, which counts as the season.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And so this is third win at Harbor Town. It was 2004. Wow. Yeah, pretty wild.
Well, it shows he was a machine out there all week. He barely even missed a shot. Like
went 63, 63 to open. That was It was quite a performance. And we talked about it last week. It favored precision and ball striking accuracy, and he basically checked all of those boxes 1,000 times over. It was really cool. His whole family was there. His son was on the bag. His 24-year-old son, who Stewart Cink was actually playing with 24-year-old Colin Morikawa.
What area is he from? Do you know?
Who?
Stewart Cink. Is he does he live in the area?
He lives I think he resides in Duluth, Georgia.
Oh, okay. So not
but
far.
in the area for sure, the southeast region for sure. But yeah, it was interesting because Stewart Cink was playing with Colin Morikawa, and Colin Morikawa was born in 1997, and that was the first time Stewart Cink held like a 54-hole lead. That's from Justin Ray. Pretty amazing, like what golf can do and bring, someone who you thought your career was pretty much over after he killed Tom Watson at Turnberry in 2009. But we saw some really, really great everything from Stewart Cink. A couple other names up on the leaderboard. Runner-up tied Emiliano Grillo, and Harold Varner III. Mav McNeely was there. Corey Connors, Canadian. How about that?
Back-to-back weeks, played solid. He was pretty good at the Masters too.
Playing solid. And so we saw a man on a mission with it was a family affair. Dave, did you catch any of the coverage this weekend?
To be honest, I wasn't too invested this week. As I mentioned last week, once the Masters is done, my interest goes downhill the following week. So I'm just so drained from all the Masters coverage I took in. But yeah, I did check some of the action out this weekend. It's good to see Stewart Cink win. He's a good dude. Was 47 years old? That's impressive.
He is.
The way he played.
He's 47, and he's got one of the best hat tan lines in the world. It's world class.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I posted a meme on after the third round. There was him and his son shaking hands on the green, and they have like the same tan line. So I posted a meme like father like son, and it did well. Some people got a few chuckles out of that. But it was good to see. He played incredible. To be honest, I thought Colin was going to make a run for him today, and Colin just shit the bed with his putter, and he just played terrible. His short game was awful today and did nothing. So to be honest, he didn't really have any pressure. Like no one, like you said, Grillo made a little bit of a run, but not enough. Like I don't think the lead ever went less than 4 shots at all today. So he didn't really wasn't pushed. He just had to hit fairways, greens.
I mean,
he was aiming for the middle of the green, 2-putt, and that's it.
And you say you don't win a tournament on a Thursday or Friday, but he kind of did.
He pretty much did, yeah.
After just lighting the place on fire.
It was kind of Tiger-esque back in the day. Tiger would win a lot of events after Friday, right? He'd have a huge lead and never come back, and that's pretty much what Cink did today or this week.
Yeah. One would say it was almost boring golf. The way he played.
Today was extremely boring. I watched majority of today, and it was just nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, it was fairways, it was greens, it was coming close on some putts and just knocking them in. But we were talking about Colin Morikawa. We just wanted to mention that was my contender in this week's.
How'd your picks do?
Lock. So yeah, Colin had a chance. He was contending until he was the only player over par.
He still finished top 10?
T7.
Yeah, so
T7. That's I mean, he's in there. Yeah, I just don't think he had a very good day. I mean, obviously, we said it from the beginning. I mean, he's going to continue to impress with his irons, and that's going to put him in positions like that.
Even those were off today.
Yeah. I mean, golf's hard, man. Right?
That's golf.
Golf's hard. Yeah. Will Zalatoris said he was fried. I thought, he'd be just running right into Harbor Town after his performance. But I mean, regardless, he was 5 under, T42. No complaints from someone who's coming off one of the biggest weeks of his life. And I faded Bryson, who didn't even show up, so I'll count that as a victory.
That counts, yeah.
I mean, they even built the net up at the driving range to make sure that he didn't fly it over it. And 20 grand later, he's not even showing up. But yeah, picks were, all right. Colin kind of saved me. How about you, Dave?
I had Abraham Answer to win. I mean, he had a decent event. I think he finished tied for 18th, so not the worst, but he was never really near the lead, obviously, but obviously Stewart ran away with it. I had Kuchar to contend, and he also finished tied for 18th. So, he decent week again. And then I had DJ was my fade, and he actually played pretty solid. I think he did top 15. He finished, so he looked to get back on track this week a bit since he was struggling the last month or so. So yeah, my picks were not the worst, not the best either. So. How was that?
Well, we're like we said from the very beginning, it's not financial advice. We're just here to make sure you are picking smartly. That's all. Yeah. I mean, I would more listen to Dave than me. I kind of just, Dave's been riding a wave. He wouldn't let you know his side Cink bet under the table, which he might have made, but these are the secrets that maybe we'll put behind a paywall. You might have to, ask him for his opinions. But anyways, we also
DM me
saw
if you want.
DM Dave at Golf and Jokes.
Yeah, for some picks.
We also saw just put a bow on it. Stewart Cink, hell of a tan line, awesome win. Showed everyone that you don't have to hit the ball 900 yards to absolutely burn down.
He was hitting some pretty good drives. He was out driving Colin today.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Colin, man. He did not look good.
Yeah. But I mean, he's not the longest hitter by any means, but still, Stewart was out driving him.
Just real quick. Also, Cink, he also hit the fairway on the 18th hole and didn't have any problems.
They were saying that's the easiest fairway to hit on tour.
Yeah, because
it's 87 yards wide,
6 yards.
Like that?
Yeah,
86.
Yeah, something. But you got to make sure that you got to get the ball in the air too. That's the thing. That's the key.
That's not a problem for them.
for them, no. So Stewart Cink, and just real quick, his last win was in 2009. Comes back 2020, 2 wins, 2020, 2021. Awesome. However the hell how the PGA Tour considers the season.
That's golf, man. You're never done.
Are we talking about Stewart Cink for the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, good point. Why not? If he gets like one more win, that should be like pretty much a lock on points, I would think.
he's
3
kind
wins.
of playing beautiful golf. It was wonderful to see. So good for Stewart. We're happy for you. We did see a couple other things that caught our attention over the weekend. On Thursday, Billy Horschel, who seems to be in the news recently for slamming clubs in his bag
the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, or taking off his shoes. He said something very interesting. He mentioned arm lock putting. Real quick, the quote, I'm bringing up something different here, and I'm going on a limb. I don't think this arm lock putting should be allowed. I'll give the belly putter back and take away the arm lock. Guys are getting too good doing it. It's not against the rules, right? But it does seem pretty borderline anchored. I have my own opinions on it. Billy has his opinions on it. Dave, what do you think about Billy's comments regarding arm lock putting?
I agree with him. Now, it is legal so whoever is doing it is perfectly fine.
Right.
I don't think it should be allowed though. I kind of who else does it besides him?
Kuchar,
yeah.
Bryson.
Bryson.
They were both in our picks.
Is there any others besides?
Yeah, plenty others.
Yeah. I personally don't think it should be
does
allowed.
it.
Yeah,
and Billy played with him, and I think that's what he kind of mentioned, which was interesting to say the least. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Dave. It's
I don't like it. I think it should just be a free stroke. It's almost it's kind of like anchoring almost, right?
I mean, if
you're against your arm instead of against your sternum.
If you're not allowing the face to rotate freely, that's kind of anchoring. But there's the USGA and the RNA and the rules committee that needs to maybe get some priorities in order.
Doesn't Longer do it as well? And there's some people
and Adam Scott. Yeah. Adam Scott's all the way up here too.
Yeah, if your shirt's baggy, it looks almost like it's anchored.
I did see, speaking about Bernhard Langer, I did see a quick posted meme about him. He was looking a lot like Clint Eastwood today.
I saw that.
In Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. But yeah, the arm lock, I just think it'd be funny if you took another method of putting away from Bryson. I wouldn't give him back the belly putter by any means. I mean, again, we're big Tiger people, obviously. He has never gone to an arm lock or a belly putter. That much I do know. Because putting is
he's against that too. I've heard him make comments in the past.
Because putting is a skill and an art form, and it should be that way. That's just a couple of golf purists talking, probably. So yeah, that was an interesting thing that happened. I thought, Billy Horschel, we appreciate him opening his mouth, and it makes for some good conversation. I also saw, just real quick, other golf news. I know we don't really talk much women's golf, but Lydia Ko won for the first time in 1,080 something days, which is interesting. She said she was inspired by Spieth. Pretty cool to see 2 majors. And Hideki also came back last week to win the Masters in 1,300 days. So there has been some serious star power getting their groove back. But that's our little heritage recap. We're gonna head on into our next topic, which I think we could all agree is a fun one. We're going to talk about some golf course fights, because it has come to our attention that one happened recently in South Africa. And
is that where it was? South Africa?
It was South Africa. So basically, just quick overview. You see just 2 heavy-set gentlemen raining down blows on each other. One rips off his shirt. That one that they ripped off his shirt goes over to I guess it was the 18th green, grabs a fucking flag stick, comes over and starts swinging it like a weapon of some sort, snaps the ferrule off the top, The flag goes flying. Now he's just trying to beat the shit out of him. And then the other guy tries to like tackle him. It's wild. It's wild. It escalated very, very quickly. Apparently, first it was at a school fundraising event, according to the Times Live, which is a South African publication. Oh, it's incredible. And apparently they were also, well, they were belligerently drunk. I don't think anyone didn't know that. But basically they
usually they are.
Yeah, they usually are. But the argument started over someone thought that someone else stole their cell phone, and things escalated quickly. Craziest thing is the girl who was organized the event said that she didn't even know who these people were. They're just people, like, hopefully they paid, or they just showed up, or they just crashed. I have no idea. But there's a lot of moving parts to this story. But the fact is going after someone with a flag stick, that's one for the archives for sure. That's you don't see that too often, and it's kind of like Fight Club, to be honest.
Yeah, it was making its rounds on Instagram, Twitter, and to be honest, the last month I've seen so many fight videos on the golf course. I posted one maybe a month ago with people swinging clubs at one another, and that went viral for me on TikTok, and it was just insane. I don't know, have you ever seen anything like that in person, fights on the course to that level?
I haven't seen anything like that. I've seen yelling. I've seen things being thrown,
but still
from a distance. But I was trying to think
of yelling from hidden into the group or whatever, but it doesn't even come close to escalate into a factual fight.
Right. I was gonna say, trying to think of what instances would provoke such a melee, right? And it's
honestly, the only thing I could think is if you actually get hit by the ball, or you're someone hits into you, and then you kind of call them out on it. Hey, yell for next time. And then the guy's giving you attitude, fuck off or whatever. And then it could escalate to that. But still, even to escalate to actually swinging your club at one another, if you're going to fight, fight with your fists, like men. But
yeah. I was gonna say, if someone picked up your ball, you're having the round of your life, if someone just picks up your ball, there's the old
that I mean,
if someone,
I guess,
if you accidentally knock it off the tee and someone says one, I mean, I hate that. For that. But yeah, it was if you hadn't seen it, I suggest Googling it. You could even find it on my website, 2inchshort.com. So just
actually today,
shameless plug. Sorry, Dave, I had to do it.
It was funny actually today. Pat Perez posted that fight video, and he added 80s music to it, and it just makes it so much.
I didn't
better.
See that.
Yeah, it's
I gotta check that out. Yeah. I've seen some other good fights online, but unfortunately, I guess
I've seen so many lately.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're old videos or what. They're just happening now, but
just resurfacing maybe. But this one definitely happened.
This was new.
Yeah, this happened. But so if you guys have seen any golf course fights or are witnesses to them, please send them our way. Would love to get our hands on some content and share it among the masses. Don't be idiots on the golf course. I mean, try and resolve things peacefully. But I mean, if someone takes you off, just be careful. Just be careful out there. It's supposed to be a gentleman's game anyway. So let's figure it out. So let's move on to our next subject, which we were talking about Tiger doing a little yard work. We're going to call it Tiger's Backyard, because we have seen an image on the internet circling from there's
always images of the backyard.
I mean,
there's a new image.
His backyard is it's incredible.
It's incredible, yeah.
Obviously, but apparently this at Official Dak, he's an aerial photographer or something. He photographed it, posted on Twitter for sure, and it showed all the grass basically of his 3-hole green structure complex basically ripped up. Earth was being moved. Everything is dirt. It was an interesting thing. Obviously, he's not going to be playing for a while. But who's to say that he's
To be honest, he's done this a few times. 2017, he's done it. I think 2019 or something, he's done it as well. Like, so it's not the first time that he's kind of redesigned his backyard. Sometimes minor, like he'll move a green here, or, just do small things. But this is like a full L reno, looks like.
Yeah. And the fact that we're even talking about the Tiger changes where his green, topography and stuff, just because he can is incredible.
To be honest, when I first saw it, I'm like, whatever, he's probably a little bored at home. He's out of commission, just looking for something to do, a nice little home project. But yeah, it like you said, it's an incredible backyard. And like, I think he can hit like a full 7-iron, which is insane.
Yeah. From like one corner to the other, for sure.
Yeah, it's no wonder Charlie's short game is incredible with that practice area right in your backyard. So yeah,
you think he's redoing it for? You think he's redoing it for Charlie, just so he gets prepped, or do you think he's redoing it for himself? So he's ready to go for 2022.
That's what I was wondering, though. Like, I mean, Tiger has said that he's Charlie's only coach, so I wonder, since he's been kind of out of commission the last couple of months, who has been like taking Charlie to the course and playing and practicing? I wonder if it's just someone in their camp that, Tiger trusts.
That's a good question.
Or he's just been at home, like in the backyard, but I'm pretty sure he's been playing at the course, and, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, Tiger, he's got the funds to do whatever the hell he wants. And while you were doing a little yard work this afternoon, he hires other people to do his yard work, which is changing green complexes. And also, did you see anything about the is it like that short course at Pebble that opened?
Yeah, I saw that. The hay, right?
The hay, yeah. Looked really really cool. Yeah. So it got us thinking about golf backyards, just because if you ever seen Tiger's backyard, it's basically heaven. It's got everything you want. Even the sand is imported from wherever, I think like Augusta, like the same sand. But we have seen some other wonderful golf backyards surface also on like on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. And I saw one recently. Dave, why don't you tell me, what is like your dream hole to have in your backyard?
Actual hole?
Yes. Like green.
Well, I mean,
itself.
like green. I don't know. I never really thought about that. There's nothing like specific that I'd want to like replicate, but
no,
I never thought about that. Like, I mean, when I was doing my backyard landscaping last summer, I was thinking about putting a putting green, little chipping area, and it's insanely pricey. Like, it's, if you want like obviously a good job done, it's not cheap. So I went through a few different companies, got some quotes, and I decided just to hold off probably until the next house, which will hopefully be my forever home. So I just said, let's wait on that one, and then next time I'll probably decide, do I want a putting green or do I want an indoor simulator? It's going to be one or the other, unless I'm become super rich, I'll get both. But yeah, there's so many good backyards that you see online. Like, if you're on Instagram, check out NVscapes. They do phenomenal work. Just go check out some of the jobs they've done, and you'll be like, okay. I've also seen
Back Nine Greens do some beautiful work.
Yeah. There's a few good pages that do that show off some of the projects they've done, and they're incredible.
Yeah. Well, I was asking you about what hole you would want in your backyard, because I just saw recently someone sent me.
I don't know.
Someone sent me someone put a replica 13 at Augusta Green in their backyard with the exact slopes, basically the bunkering. They even put artificial azaleas around
Nice.
the back, like even pine needles. Like they made sure like everything was like perfect. It was one of the cooler things I've seen. Speaking of a replica hole of Pebble Beach, number 7, Jim Nance has it in his backyard. He lives there,
But yeah,
plays
that's
it
awesome.
whenever
That
he
one.
wants, and still has it in his backyard. But yeah, I think that one day, Dave, will
One day.
would you want an artificial putting green? If you went putting green, would you want something artificial,
I mean,
or would you want to take care of it?
No, artificial for sure. For me in Canada, you need artificial here. You're only going to get to enjoy it 3 months of the year anyways. So what's the point?
You might want to look into the simulator then. Yeah.
Or yeah, I'd probably get more use for sure, right? In the winter. And yeah.
Well,
like I said, or I'll get both.
I was going to say they're good problems to have. So yeah, you'll figure it out, Dave. Yeah, it's anything to work on your golf game to get it a little bit better than where we are at now.
A little bit has to get a lot better.
Well, you got some time right now to work on some things. So
I've had the last 7 months to work on things, or whatever, 5 months, however long winter's been, and looks like it's been pushed another month.
Oh man, dude. So anyways, if you see any awesome golf backyards, send them our way. We're always interested in cool shit and ideas for when we get super rich. Once this podcast starts making us millions of dollars, Dave, it's gonna be fun. And then keep us posted on what you see out there. Again, if you are following us, still watching us, YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff. iTunes, review, rate it. We appreciate it. It really helps us out. As we're moving on, we're going to get into the upcoming week, the Zurich Classic preview. Why don't we get into a little team event? Let me take y'all through. Let me take y'all through a little bit of. Let's set the scene for you. So we're going to TPC Louisiana, Avondale, 74-25, par 72, Pete Dye. Defending champions, John Rahm and Ryan Palmer. Again, we said this is a team event. It's been this way since 2017. Winner gets roughly little over 1 million. They split. It's the longest standing PGA Tour event since 1938. Obviously, the format has changed since. It has changed since 2017. It's our 4th year. Technically, it's a 3rd because we didn't play it last year. Just real quick, before you start worrying about the format, I got you covered. Rounds 1 and 3 are 4-ball, which are best ball. I hope you guys know what that means. If not, we can go over it later. Rounds 2 and 4 are foursomes, which is alternate shot. Again, each person takes a shot, alternating. Again, also best ball, real quick. Best score on the hole, that's going on your scorecard. Cut low 35 teams. Dave, real quick, you want to talk to me a little bit about a tradition that they started with this team event?
Yeah, so this is the event where they do their walkout entrances, right? Like it's a wrestling match almost.
Walkout music.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's something different. Why not, right? One week of the year, let them walk out like they're like whatever. It's like show, I kind of don't mind it. I'm not sure what song. Yeah, I'm not sure what song I would choose if I was in the event. Do you know what you would choose?
I'm going old school Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan coming out. Whatever that song was called, because I'm going to be locked in.
The one from the documentary, right?
Yeah,
I think it was just the Bulls theme song or whatever.
Yeah. Well, all I associate that is with, and now starting 6'6" from North Carolina. Yeah, I grew up with that, so I'd probably go
Return of the Mac.
I like it. I like that call. Well, we'll see what they come out. We'll see what music they come out with. Hopefully we at least we didn't hear anything else that they wouldn't be doing it. So hopefully we'll see some good tunes because we do have some good solid teams coming out. John Rahm, Ryan Palmer, who we just said they're defending champs technically.
Because last year there was no event, right?
Yep. And you got Morikawa, Wolf, which it's going to be interesting watching what Colin did today, and now Matt Wolf's been playing. Danny Willett, Tyrrell Hatton, Xander, Cantley, Rose, Stenson, Oosthuizen, Schwartzel, little South Africa, Horschel, Sam Burns. That's interesting. Finau, Cam Champ, Bubba, Scotty Scheffler, Cam Smith, Mark Leishman. We got a really interesting field. We do want to just mention real quick the way that how they split this and how they count this as an official win. Dave, did you know this is counted as an official win even though you're playing with someone else?
Yeah, I did. I don't think it should though. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Like it's like the whole thing with Sam Snead. You know how he had what 80? He has 82 wins. But right, 82. But some of those wins are team events, so they shouldn't even count.
Right.
So right.
It's hard to define what it is, but the PGA Tour has defined the Zurich Classic as a win for both. Yeah. Official wins for both players. Both players get a 2-year winner's exemption and are
whatever. I'm perfectly fine with the exemption and all that.
Invitational fields.
It shouldn't account as an official win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, and then they also split FedEx Cup points. So they winners get 400 each, split 500 and 300.
Perfectly fine with all that.
And they're splitting the money right down the middle. So, I mean, it gives you a very interesting, well, especially betting week, as we transition into our locks. I think let's go through our winners, contenders, and fades and see how they play into how this format works for them. Dave, do you want to start with your winner?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with Schauffele and Cantley this week.
Okay.
First time they're playing together at this event, but they do know each other's games. I think they played together 4 times at the President's Cup. They went 2-2, which is not bad. But obviously they're comfortable with each other. They know each other's games, and I think their games complement each other well. So I think they're going to have a good week. I'm picking them to win. As far as contender, I think I'm going to go with Rahm and Palmer. Obviously, defending champs, technically. They obviously know the course well, suits them well. Only thing I don't know still is how much Rahm has been practicing. He obviously didn't do much practicing at all for the Masters. He still did well, so that obviously didn't bother him there. But coming off the Masters, who knows? Maybe he just put the clubs away a bit. But yeah, I think they'll still play solid. I'm looking for at least the top 10 from them, and I'm gonna fade Rose and Stenson. Rose coming off, that Masters letdown over the weekend. Stenson hasn't played well for the longest time, to be honest. So yeah, I'm fading them. I don't see them bringing their best this week.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's tough. Well, it's obviously tough because it's not
it is tough with team events. You know what I mean? Like it's just impossible.
Well, both have to be playing well, right? And you don't know what's going to happen. So, again, take it with a grain of salt. Not financial advice. Winner, I'm going Cam Smith and Mark Leishman, the Aussie team of basically Cam Smith with his mullet that has been in full flow, which I don't know, Dave, if you saw the meme going around with.
I posted them. They're incredible.
Yeah, someone, sorry, I don't know.
So
Put
Sakumba or something
there
on
you go.
Twitter.
Put Cam Smith's mullet, his back of his hair, basically on all of, like, the tour players that you'd want to see it on. Like Bryson looked amazing, and a couple others. If you had a chance, check it out. Anyways, Cam Smith. My wife doesn't like his hair. We've had this conversation. I'm taking him to win this with Leishman. Both of them were in the top 10 at the Masters, and they also Smith won this in 2017 with Jonas Blixt. They're countrymen. I like their chances this week. They're both. There's no reason why they can't pull this off. Contender. I'm going with a horse for a course, which Kisner and Scott Brown, Kevin Kisner and Scott Brown.
Fresh off his hunting trip. I think they both went together.
Yeah, well, you got that's why I'm taking them. It's all about
some nice turkeys.
There you go. So they also have the best ball record in 2017. They shot 60. They shared the scoring record in 2017 also. They tend to always show up for this event, it seems like. So I like them as a contender, and I'm going to fade Bubba and Scotty Scheffler. No offense, Scotty. I just don't know how you could be teammates with Bubba. I don't know. Anyone could be a teammate with Bubba.
To be honest, I'm sure I kind of like their chances this week.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, they do have some fancy ass footwork, both of them, and
especially Scotty. That's crazy how
he doesn't slip, and we hear it every time on the announcing. Yes. So yeah, I just team chemistry with someone who has a personality like that. I mean, I'm sure Bubba's great. It seems like,
to be honest, Bubba has grown on me over the years. Yeah, I think he's kind of calmed down a bit.
I agree. To an extent, I think he's a little bit. He's still a little bit. I'm trying to be a better man.
But it was way worse before.
He was way worse. He's gotten way better.
Yeah.
He wears a really expensive watch when he's playing. So, but hey, to each his own. I wish him the best of luck, but that's my fade. And those are our locks of the week. Not financial advice.
We'll see how we do. So far, we haven't hit a winner yet. Our contenders have been pretty spot on.
Yeah, we've been contending. Well, we gave ourselves a broad definition.
Yeah, I mean, contender to me is top 10.
Okay, we'll take it.
That's my definition of it.
That's the definition. So yeah. So then we're gonna get into let's get into our next segment, which is meme of the week. And this week we are being super fancy and we're going video. And real quick, this is from Ricochet Golf on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see it. If not, I'll just quick explanation what's going on. You have this husband and wife at a donation center parking lot. You see the husband take out his golf clubs. You see the wife checking out the donation bins. You see the husband parting ways basically with his golf clubs. He brings them over to the bin. You hear commentary. It's incredible to see. Dave, what was your initial reaction when you saw it? I know you reposted it. It's great.
Yeah. So an account that I speak with sometimes, Ricochet Golf, he sent me it. He said it was his buddy who filmed it. And like, who knows what the real story is on why he was actually donating the clubs. But the commentary, made it seem that his wife was forcing him to get rid of them. So that's what we're rolling with. And yeah, the commentary was spot on. And the comments on the post were fantastic and basically, dissed the guy for being a little wimp, even though, he probably was just donating an old set, right? But that's not fun. So we're going with, he's whipped. His wife forced him to donate his clubs, and that's what we're going to go with.
Also, it's not just we're not just making this up. Like, it looks like he's going against his will. It does. It looks like he's slowly.
Yeah. But mind you, he's probably just donated an old set, being a nice guy, and he's getting ripped for it on the internet.
Yeah, and the person filming, you could hear a child asking like, "What's going on?" And he literally says, "Hold on, I'm watching a tragedy."
A tragedy.
It's
yeah.
He calls it a tragedy. It was great. It obviously made us laugh. It's also super relatable. Just those of us who do have wives and know the deal, and girlfriends and significant others, whoever you're with.
That would never happen. Sorry.
So moving along. Sorry, real quick. If you do have a meme that you want to share with us, DM us, send it to us at Golfing Jokes at 2 inches short. Let us know to be featured. Again, subscribe, do your thing, people. Support us. We appreciate it. We're gonna move on to our next segment called This or That. And I got the name right this time. I'm very excited about it. We're gonna do Would You Rather hit off range mats or real grass? To be honest, I don't even know how this is a question. Dave, this or that, range mats.
You'd be surprised. Well, for me, it's grass all day, obviously. But the reason this is even a question is because I have a driving range literally right around the corner from my house. So I'm there all the time. And, there's a decent sized grass area, a ton of mats. And you'd be surprised how many people choose the mats over the grass area. And I'm not saying they're even beginners. Like, they're actually people that look like they play. And it surprises me, because wouldn't you want to play off grass, which is what you play on when you play golf? Like, wouldn't you want to have that realistic feel? Because to be honest, anybody can hit a decent shot off a mat. Like, let's be real. The misses are very narrow. So yeah, I'm a firm believer that if a range you go to has an option of a grass area or a mat, you should be choosing the grass area. Unless it's like a horrible grass area, it's divots everywhere, then yeah, I can understand why you'd want to hit off the mat.
Right. Yeah, dude. You're preaching the choir. You don't even have to tell me twice. I mean, I'm well aware that in order to practice the craft, you should be practicing on the surface that you play it on. Teach his own. You can, if you wanted to feel good about your game, you go hit off a mat and you're going to be able to bounce your club into the ball, and you just get more solid strikes.
No such thing as fat shots.
Right. There is no, I mean, if you're hitting the fat off a mat, well, you got more problems than what, we could talk about it.
Well, you can, but you don't really notice it. I mean, you notice it if you're a good player and you know what those feelings feel like. But for most players, right, even though they're hitting a fat off a mat, they're like, "Oh, good shot."
Because again, it's rubber basically on rubber, and so you're hitting off. You're getting real results. You're getting real feedback off grass. You could use a normal tee. You can set up the way you want. You don't have to be constricted or worry about throwing your hurting your elbow from bouncing your club off a mat or something like that. There are some things you need to keep in mind when you are at a grass driving range, though. You want to make sure that if you're at least decent enough to have a consistent divot pattern, you want to keep it kind of in a line. Some of the most
I know it's the worst
pictures.
When you go to a grass area and it's like divots like all over the place.
Oh God, it's like a crime scene. Yeah. But some of the best photos you see, like especially like on the internet, I've seen like the Bryan brothers
divot porn
posted some divot. Yeah, basically it's divot porn. It's just strips of perfection, dollar bills. Especially when you're watching, like, do you remember that video of Tiger? I'm just remembering this of Tiger when he's just hitting like every single shot, and you just hear every single shot, and it's just perfection. That's what you want from a practice session. I mean, I understand, you got to clean your clubs or whatever, but like you got to clean your clubs.
You know what? To be honest, you still need to clean them from the mats. I mean, not so much, because you still get the green marks from the mats under the club, but I guess people don't really care about under the club. But
I care about that because
I care too.
Yeah,
I clean my clubs all the time. But...
yeah, my clubs are spotless. So, I don't see how if you are up in the air for some reason between a mat or a grass driving range, and you have an option, think about the grass. It might help you, down the road. Again, having the option is also, you might not have the option. I used to live in New York City, and all I had really was Chelsea Piers. And if you're not familiar with that, that's on the west side of Manhattan, and it's a 4-story driving range that has an automatic tee and the whole shebang. You got to make reservations, but it costs like $1.
Like Topgolf.
It's kind of, it's like Topgolf without the Topgolf. Who knows if they're going to make it one day.
Hopefully not as expensive as Topgolf.
I mean,
either.
it's like $1.50 a golf ball, like a swing, and it's kind of tough. I mean, when you're in that environment, that's why I'm not in that environment anymore. Now I go to a range and I work at a golf course, and they're golf ball free. And other driving ranges, are somewhere between the range of like $4 and $8 for like a small to medium, and probably like $8 to $12 for a large. Dave, how is it up in Canada? Where how much do you pay for range?
It depends the range. The one near me is $12 Canadian for a large, which is probably like what, $9-10 US. Mm-hmm. So not bad, but there are other ranges I've been to here that are like $17 for a large, which is way too much in my opinion. So yeah, the one near me is
like 80 balls, right? Like that's the give or take.
I think it's around 70 to 80 balls a large,
80, yeah,
something like that. Yeah. So yeah, the one near me is priced pretty good.
Yeah. Well, did you do your research, or you just got lucky?
No, it just got lucky. It just happened to be around the corner from the house I bought, and
nice.
That's it. Yeah.
Nice, man.
There all the time.
Yeah. And then we were talking about that other quick subject about free golf balls with a purchase of a greens fee. Maybe one day we'll live in a world where we could practice the game before we get out there.
I mean, for the most part, good top courses, when you're paying a premium to play there, the range balls are included. That's usually the case. But then they have those mid-range courses where you're paying even still over $100 to play there, and you still got to buy range balls sometimes. Like, come on, man.
Yep. And it is ridiculous. And then also, just bringing up Topgolf again, Topgolf is really the only place I'm going to want to hit golf balls off a mat if I have to, just because it's fun. And it's fun. Topgolf is fun. It's going to be a whole other topic we'll get into.
I've been once. I went to the one in Vegas, and it was fun for sure.
Mm-hmm. And you can like simulate a whole round of golf now, and putting is a 30-yard chip, but
now to be honest, when I went, like the actual game Topgolf or whatever, like I never did that. We just kind of just hit balls and that's it. I know there's people that go and actually play the game they have there, right?
Yeah. Oh, we did. I did a full simulation of like Pebble Beach and St. Andrews. I think I played like 36 holes with my buddy, and because we don't have we have one not far from where I live right now in Colorado. So I was
hoping they would bring one here, but haven't heard anything.
Not yet.
No, nothing. I think there was talks of it, and then I don't know what happened.
Well, you got to be allowed to have them open before you could start building a Topgolf. Or you want to start building it before they're open, right? So
I'm sure eventually they'll come here, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's entertainment, and it seems to get non-golfers involved. I think that could be a topic that we can look into.
Who isn't playing golf these days? I can't even get a tee time anymore. Literally, like there's courses that allow like 5 days in advance booking, right? And they open the lines at 7 a.m. or online. I called at 7:05 in the morning to book 5 days in advance. All booked. Literally all booked.
Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, we're talking about growing the game, and we could complain about it, or we can embrace it.
I want to go back. too much.
I just want to be able to play golf without anyone near me. So, but hey, that wraps up our this or that segment and concludes episode 3 of Double Crossed. Just wanted to real quickly say thank you again for hanging with us, for subscribing, for sharing our stuff, for supporting our podcast. We sincerely appreciate it. Please, if you haven't, do your thing. You have no idea how much it means to us. If you don't, that's fine too. But please do. You can follow Dave at Golf and Jokes on Instagram. He's an influencer. I'd even call him an influencer. I'm Dan at 2 inches short. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Dave's also on Twitter. Follow us, check us out there. Again, we appreciate you guys sharing a little bit of your day with us. And Dave, did you have any parting thoughts as we head into leave the RBC heading into Zurich?
No, it was it's kind of slow week at the content wise. I feel like at the Heritage wasn't too much. I guess coming off the Masters, it's bound to happen. But yeah, it's looking forward to Zurich and seeing what some of those entrances are. And
and also and also to everyone in Canada in the Ontario area, we wish you all the best. Hang in there without golf for now. Dave's going to keep us. He's going to be our on the ground reporter. He's checking in on his sane level.
I'm hoping, I just wake up and they're like, okay, we fucked up. Courses are now open. But who knows?
Well, hopefully that happens. But until next week, y'all have a good solid week. Thank you again for tuning in. We are Double Crossed and we are out. Thank you. Peace.
Later.